In this video, we will create couple of web apps, traffic manager profile, then register web app endpoints with traffic manager profile and test the traffic manager profile. Before doing that, let's understand the architecture that we are targeting to implement. On the screen, you can see that we have a one resource group in the subscription called rg-mytm profile. Within this particular resource group, we are going to create a traffic manager with the priority of routing method, right? And then we will have two endpoints register with this traffic profile. On the other side, you can see that we got another two groups, resource group, and one resource group would be created with a web app in Australia region, and the second one in the India region. Okay, and then this user will try to access the traffic manager profile and see which one basically is getting, and then shut down one of the app and take a look exactly if we can access the other one through the same traffic manager profile. So let's get on the portal. All right, as per the architecture, let's go to the resource group first. We don't have the resource group. We're just gonna create the resource group. The first resource group, we're going to call it as rg-mytm profile, and we just gonna keep this one in Australia East. It's just a resource group. Review and create. Let's create the another resource group. Another resource group we're going to call as rg-my-australia web app, and we just gonna put this resource group in Australia East. Review and create. We're going to create another resource group, and we're going to name that resource group as rg my India web app, and select the region as somewhere in India. We can say Central India. Review and create. Now we're going to create a web app. All right, so we are going to create a web app. And let's select the web app for Australia first and name this one My Australia web app, and then just select this one something like ASP.48 Windows base. We select the region that is going to be Central India. Not Central India, this is the Australia one. So we select Australia. We select create a new plan, just name plan My Australia web app. We say okay, just leave it like that, and we just going to say next deployment. We don't need to do anything here. Let's say networking, enable public access. Yes, that's what we want. And monitor and secure. Let's see what are the options that we get here. We're just going to say enable application insight, review and create. All right, that first app is being created. Let's do the other one as well. What is that we're gonna do? We select rg India web app, just name this one as My India web app, and select the similar stack, and we just select the region for this one as well, and region is going to be Central India. That is what we're gonna do, but let's wait the region to pop up. It's still loading. Let's select the region from the list called Central India. Let's create this plan. We call this one plan My India web app something like that. We don't need to be too fancy here. We go to the next one. We leave everything as it is. Select networking on. Then again select the monitor plus secure. We just need to take application insight in this case as well, and review and create. All right, so we created now 2 web app. We just want to make sure that those web apps are seen. Let's ensure that this is being submitted. All right, deployment is in progress. Let's go to the app services. Let's ensure that we see those web app running as well. In this case, you can see that both the web app is up and running now. Now what is that? We go to the traffic manager profile. Traffic manager profile, select the traffic manager profile. In this particular case, create a traffic manager profile. Let's name this profile as my traffic manager profile. And routing method, we're going to select as priority. Subscription is fine, and we have a group created, and we're just going to keep that there. It says label my traffic manager profile is not available here. So what is that we're gonna do? My traffic manager profile, put some unique number there just to make it unique, and we just going to create this particular profile. We don't need to feed any other information than this in this case. Traffic manager profile is being deployed now. It's created. Let's make sure that we see that profile here. Let's refresh that few times, and it should be here. I can see that now. Let's click on the profile, and this is where we need to add endpoints now. We have already 2 endpoints created. What is that we're gonna do? We just add those endpoint here. Let's add the endpoint. Azure endpoint. I think we have to select, yeah, that's the Azure endpoint. We just name something like that first. Not like that. I think we can say Australia endpoint. Let's name like that, and it's an app service, and choose app service. That's the Australia we're talking about, and we keep the priority 1. Health check enable, add. All right, first one is added. Let's go ahead and add the second one. In this case as well, we can say that endpoint India web app, something like that. And again, in this case, it's a web service. Let's choose the India web app, and we keep the priority 2. And let's add this one as well. Here you can see the status has degraded. That's fine in this case. What is that we're going to do? We just go ahead and disable one of them, and we should be in a position to still access the traffic manager profile, right? This is the traffic manager profile, and we still have the response from the traffic manager profile, right? That means one is still active. And if we go to the other one and we disable that, do we get a kind of response from the traffic manager profile? Maybe for some time there is a cached one, but we should not have this response back that your web app is up and running. And what is that? We can close that. We go to the traffic manager profile. In this case, let's click once again. Let's take the traffic manager profile, and both of them are disabled, so we should not have the response. Maybe I think what we can do, we go in the private window and then try to access. All right, we don't have the response from the traffic manager profile. And what is that we're going to do, just to make sure that we have the right understanding? We again click one of them and we enable, and we again go back to the private window. We again go back to the private window, and let's try once again the traffic manager profile. At least we should have a response back now. Continue to the site. Let's see, maybe it's not enabled yet. Yeah, we got it. It's a quick, yeah, it takes a time, maybe a minute, in this particular case, but we can see the response back. There you go. That is how traffic manager profile works. I hope you got a good understanding now.